Mayor Cantrell announced former Oakland Police Chief Anne Kirkpatrick as her nominee today.
Yeah, the mayor says Kirkpatrick's experience policing under a federal consent decree in California was a driving force for her pick. Maddie Kurth joins us now with how the nominee plans to shape up the force.
Well, Lee and Meg, today's nomination came as a shock to some law enforcement insiders who said they expected interim Superintendent Michelle Woodfork ultimately to be selected. But Woodfork will be replaced September 22nd, even as Kirkpatrick described her as fabulous and said she hopes to keep her around.
I have no doubt that Anne Kirkpatrick is the leader for this time.
New Orleans Mayor LaToya Cantrell announces her choice to lead the NOPD as superintendent. And on the day her nomination was announced, Anne Kirkpatrick wasted no time addressing the glaring issues at the department.
When I met with the mayor in my interview, I just said, you're bleeding out.
Nearly 10 months since the retirement of former Superintendent Sean Ferguson, Anne Kirkpatrick emerged as the mayor's selection from a nationwide search. The law enforcement veteran appeared Monday at City Hall with an action plan to address key problems she sees the NOPD facing.
There are three main issues that have to be dealt with immediately. Obviously, the crime is still very, very high. Number two would be staffing, critical crisis in staffing for New Orleans. And then number three is getting the agency over the finish line on the consent decree.
Kirkpatrick has experience leading a police force under a federal consent decree. She served as chief of police in Oakland, California, a department that has been under federal monitoring for more than 20 years. It's that experience, the mayor says, led her to choose Kirkpatrick over interim superintendent Michelle Woodfork.
It's critical that we ensure that we're making the necessary changes to satisfy, get into compliance.
They are in the red zone if you're a football fan, okay? And so it is a very doable. And I'm gonna do everything I can as a team player to get us over the finish line.
Kirkpatrick says she plans to meet with the federal monitor and clearly identify where the NOPD falls short of compliance.
And then keep the goalposts steady. We can't move goalposts. And that's sometimes what you see in other monitoring problems. And the goalposts change or move.
If Kirkpatrick can clear the final hurdle of confirmation by the New Orleans City Council, she says department leadership will remain mostly the same, at least until the start of the new year. That includes Michelle Woodfork remaining on the job in some capacity after September 22nd.
I even turned to the mayor. I said, she's fabulous, and she is. I had wanted Chief Woodfork to stay. It really is a sign of a real professional who is willing to put agency before themselves.
Cantrell said Kirkpatrick will take over as interim superintendent in 11 days, and she hopes the city council will confirm her selection by October 5th. As for criticism that she has no background in New Orleans, Kirkpatrick says she has been an outsider throughout her career and plans to work hard to earn the trust of the city and her fellow officers.